So good morning students. Today I will start a new chapter, physical and chemical changes. Okay, so in the last class, in class 6, you have read about changes around us. Changes means always there are some changes in the earth or in the surroundings of us, like germination of seed occur, water changes into vapor, or ice melt into water. If candle burn, then we get heat and light. Similarly, we ripening of fruits, rotting of fruits. So these are the changes. Okay, so we can classify, or we can divide changes into two parts. Okay, one is physical changes and another is chemical change. Physical change and chemical change. First we will discuss what is physical change. What is physical change? Acha, to describe physical change, first I want to say what are physical properties. What are physical properties of matter? Physical properties means the properties which are observable. The properties which are observable or which we can measure. Okay, physical properties means those the properties which you can measure or which we can observable, like color, like smell, okay, temperature, melting point, boiling point. So these are actually etc. There are many actually mass. So these are actually physical properties. These are actually physical properties. Okay, so now we will discuss what is physical change. Physical change is that change which does not give rise to a different kind of substance. I have written the definition from your book. I will discuss it. Wait, what is physical change? What did I say? It does not give rise to a different kind of substance. That means for physical change, no new product is formed or produced. Does not give rise to a different kind of substance means new product, or that means the suppose these two react with each other and form new material. Okay, or this material changes, this material reacts, and or suppose this material changes into this material. Okay, so this is the initial and this is the final. So final material and final substance and initial substance have the same property. Okay, that means that is not different kind, only physical property may change, like temperature, color, smell. Okay, but not new product, no new product is produced. Okay, clear? So physical change is that in which no new product is formed or produced. For physical change, no new product is produced. Clear? That means suppose if you melt ice, then what will happen? It will changes into water. Okay, so that means you see ice to water means only the state change. Okay, that means if we reverse the process again, that means if we condense the water, then we can get the if we condense the water, then we can, if we freeze the water, then we can get the ice again. We can get the ice again. Okay. Similarly, suppose if you heat some water, suppose there is a temperature of water is 25 degrees Celsius water. So if you heat it, then what will happen in the temperature of water? Suppose 80 degrees Celsius. So that means only the temperature of the water has been changed. If you wait for some time, and if you what's up, so if you heat some, if you give some heat, then the temperature of the water changes, and if you place this water for some time, after some time, then it will come back to its initial state again. That means temperature again decreases. If we then that means if we stop the giving of heat, if we stop the giving of heat, then the water at for 80 degrees Celsius come back to its initial state. That means water come back at the temperature at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, that means we can reverse the process. We can reverse the process. For that reason, most of the physical changes are reversible. Most of the physical changes are reversible process. Okay, clear? So what is a reversible physical change? Clear? Another example, suppose if you melt some sugar, with small some amount of heat, so that only the sugar melt, then the melted sugar have the same property of the sugar, solid sugar. That means we know solid sugar tastes sweet, similarly melted sugar tastes sweet. We know solid sugar dissolve in water, similarly melted sugar dissolve in water. That means no new product is formed. Melted sugar and solid sugar have the same, both are same, so no new product is formed, only solid to liquid change. That means temperature, if we change the temperature, then it turns solid to liquid. Okay, so that is physical change. Okay, that is physical change. Again, this is also another physical change. Okay, so understand what is physical change. That is, for physical change, no new product is formed, or it does not give rise to a different kind of substance. That means different kind of means new. That means different than the previous one. Okay, so this is the physical change. Okay, clear? Next, chemical change. So what did I say? Sugar. If we give very small amount of sugar to melt it, just melt. Remember, sugar just melt. Okay, so melted sugar. So melted sugar also tastes sweet, and melted sugar dissolve in water. So that it has the same property of the sugar. That means no new product is formed. Okay, clear? So what is chemical change? It is opposite to the physical change. It does not give rise to a different kind of substance, but for chemical change, new product is found, or new substance is produced. New substances are produced. That means one or more new substances can be or may be produced. Okay, that means if in chemical change new products are formed. For chemical change, new products are formed. So that means if physical change is reversible, then chemical change must be irreversible. Example, germination of seed. Okay, milk changes into curd. Can we get the milk from the curd again? No, it's not possible. That means we cannot reverse the process, milk to curd. Okay, but curd to milk is not possible. That means the process is not reversible. That's why it is called an irreversible process, irreversible change. Clear? So for, what are chemical changes? For chemical changes, new substances are formed, and irreversible means if we reverse the process, that we cannot get the previous product. So that means that's why it is called irreversible. And one thing remember, for physical change only physical properties take part, but for chemical change actually the molecules or molecular particles take part. That means molecules of the material takes part. Clear? So that's why we cannot observe it. Molecules, what are molecules? Molecules are the institute or constituent particles of a matter. So that means it remains inside the matter. We cannot see the molecules. So that means it is not observable. So chemical change is not observable. Clear? Just we can feel it, or we can see the new product is formed, or we cannot measure it. Okay. So understand what is chemical change. Chemical change means when, that is the most important, new product is formed, and you know molecules take part. Molecules take part in the chemical change. Molecules take part. This is very important lines for future. Molecules take part for chemical change, or new substances are formed or produced. Okay. So example, germination of seed. Another example, if you suppose sugar is melted, if we melt sugar, then this is the physical change. But if we give some heat again, then sugar to melted sugar, it is physical change. But if we give some heat again, then what will happen? If you see, after some time only some black materials remain in the container. If you give some heat after melting the sugar, then if you see, some black parts are remaining, only black parts are remaining. What is this? Actually this black part is the carbon, and this carbon does not taste sugar. First. Second, it does not dissolve in water. That means it is a new product. That is the, see, carbon has the different properties of sugar. That means sugar dissolve in water and sugar tastes sweet. But carbon does not taste sweet and carbon does not dissolve in water. So carbon has the new property, or carbon is a new material or new substance. So for chemical changes, new material or new substance is formed. Clear? So melted sugar has the same property than sugar. It tastes sweet and or dissolve in water. But carbon does not taste sweet and does not dissolve in water. So it is the new product. So that means for chemical change, new product is formed. So clear what is chemical change? Another example, if you mix some water, if you pour some water on the lime, that means chune. Then if you have seen that heat is produced. So here there is lime and we mix some water, but heat is produced. So here chemical change occur because heat is the new material, new substance. Heat is the energy. It is a new substance. Okay, that is the chemical change. Heat released. Okay. Similarly, if you burn candle, if you have seen light and heat is produced, that is the chemical change. And we can also get the some clear. So that is chemical change. Actually new thing is produced, new substance, new material. Okay. Again, if you mix another example, cooking food. If we cook some food, then new product is formed. That means it becomes boiled, whatever. So we cannot get back the previous food or previous cooking materials again. Okay. Next, milk to curd. Again, ripening of fruits. That means if fruits ripe, then we get the good fruit again, or the good food again, previous fruit? No. So ripening of fruit, lightning of matchstick, it's a chemical change. Okay. But if you tear a paper, suppose you have paper, this is a paper, if you tear it from here, then you will get these two pieces. So here you see, this is a physical change, because this paper has the same property like this. This is a physical change. Okay, if you break a stick, it is physical change. Okay, only the length change, only the size change. Okay, but if you mix, suppose in acid base, if you see acid mixed with what base, then salt and water is produced. So that is chemical change, because salt does not have the property of acid or base. Okay, that means new product is formed. So that's why these are chemical change. So now understand what are chemical change. So simply remember, physical change, no new product is formed. For chemical change, new product is formed. Most of the physical change is reversible, and all the chemical changes irreversible. Okay, so you can see the you can tell the difference between them. So physical changes mostly reversible, chemical changes not reversible. Okay, no new product is formed, but new substances are formed for chemical change. And for physical change, substance retain their chemical properties and new substances form. So chemical properties means the properties which in which the molecules take part. Okay. Next, change involves energy. Change involves energy. You have already read this topic in class 6. Same topic, change involves energy. It was given. So change involves energy means, energy. What is energy? Energy means heat energy, sound energy, light is a form of energy. So these are actually energy: heat, light, sound. Okay, so change involve energy means when some changes occur, we get some heat, or we get some energy, or we have to apply some energy, or that means we may obtain some energy, or we have to give some, or we have to apply some energy. Involves means we obtain or apply. दे सकते और ले भी सकते, पा भी सकते. ठीक है. That means change involves energy means we can apply the heat, or we can obtain the heat. We can apply the heat, or we can obtain the heat. So example, suppose if you give some heat on water, then what will happen? The water changes into vapor. So water to vapor, that means changes occur. So if we give some heat, so heat is a form of energy. So if we give some energy, or if we apply some energy, changes occur. So that means we have to apply some energy. That means this change involves energy. Another example, if you give some water on the lime, then heat is produced. Take a piece of lime and mix some water, and if you take it in your hand, then you see your hand will feel very hot. That means it will become very, very hot. Okay, if you can check it, but don't press it for a long time because it may burn your hand. So if you can check it, take a lime and mix some water, then you see, if you have seen, water heat is formed. That means heat is released. That means for that case we can obtain the heat. Heat is released. That means some changes. We have to give the heat, but some changes releases some heat. Releases means we obtain, that means we can get. Okay, that means for that case, when we mix the water in the lime, then heat is released, or we can obtain the heat. Clear? Okay. Next, if we do some work, or if you want to tear the paper, if you want to break a stick, then if you give some energy, you have to apply some force. That means if you have to give some energy to break the stick, that means after giving the energy, we can change the size of the stick. Suppose a child and a adult man. A child cannot pull. A child cannot pull a very big stone, but a man easily can. That means the child has the less energy and man has the high energy. So that means if we want to do something, we need some energy. If we want to do something means there changes occur. Suppose what? Tearing a paper. We are doing some work. That means we need some energy to do it. Okay, suppose when a candle burns, we get heat and light. That means here heat and light released. That means we can obtain. So clear, students? Changes in of energy, this part. That means heat is produced, energy can be produced, or energy can be released. Energy can be produced or energy can be released. Sorry. These both are same. Energy can be produced or released, or apply some energy. You have to apply some energy, or you have to give some energy. That means all the changes involve energy. We can apply the energy, or we can get the energy. So clear? Okay. So students, read this up to here very well. Thank you.